The trending story of Apostle Chibuzor and Lovett who claims to have a child for him. The story begins in 2018 in Port Harcourt, Nigeria. A boy, along with his sister, was orphaned after both parents died a year apart. The children were initially left with their stepbrother. After the parents' death, both families rejected the children. The stepbrother struggled financially and couldn't adequately care for them. The boy's sister was taken in by a woman after being diagnosed with HIV. The boy, showing severe symptoms, was left with neighbors. OPM church involvement. The boy was abandoned at the OPM, Omega Power Ministries, church by his stepbrother. The church, recognizing the boy's deteriorating health, reported the case to the police. Lovett's involvement. A neighbor named Lovett decided to help by providing food for the boy during his hospital stay. She was moved by his condition and wanted to assist in any way she could. Hospitalization and treatment. The OPM General Overseer, Apostle Gift Chinua, expressed a desire to admit the boy to the University of Port Harcourt Teaching Hospital for treatment. However, the hospital wouldn't provide food, which is where Lovett's assistance was crucial. Challenges with orphanages. Efforts to place the boy in various orphanages were unsuccessful. He was rejected multiple times due to his severe health condition, which included symptoms of tuberculosis and visible sores. Lovett's dilemma. Lovett, though initially willing to help, felt overwhelmed by the responsibility and the potential risks to her health. She was concerned about the boy's worsening condition and the challenges of finding a suitable place for him. Hospital discharge and accommodation. After the boy's treatment, the hospital was ready to discharge him. The question arose about where he would stay. The OPM General Overseer, Apostle Gift Chinua, suggested that the boy stay with Lovett in the accommodation he provided for her, which was a single room in Alu, close to the hospital. Lovett was concerned about the boy's sister, who was staying elsewhere. She feared that the woman taking care of the sister might abandon her. After discussing with the DPO, it was decided that the sister would also stay with Lovett. However, when the sister was retrieved, her antiretroviral drugs were taken away by the woman she was staying with. Life in the new accommodation. Both the boy and his sister lived with Lovett. They interacted with neighbors and other children, and no one was aware of their HIV status. They lived harmoniously, with Lovett treating them like her younger siblings. The apostle took an active role in their lives. He took the boy out for shopping, buying him whatever he wanted. Both children were registered in school and began attending regularly. With the children in school, Lovett sought employment to keep herself occupied. She joined the sanitation department in the church, working daily without a separate salary, still receiving the initial 20,000 naira. The apostle would often call Lovett, sometimes asking her to bring the children to his house. They visited his house multiple times, and he continued to show care towards the children. Introduction to Chinedu. Lovett met a man named Chinedu Wiki at the church. Chinedu expressed interest in Lovett and mentioned he wanted to marry her. Lovett informed Apostle Chinua about Chinedu, and the apostle met with him, prayed for them, and gave his blessings. Chinedu visited Lovett's family, specifically her grandfather, who raised her after her parents' death. While no formalities were completed, Chinedu showed serious intentions about the marriage. Increasing children at Apostle's house. The number of children staying at Apostle Chinua's house began to increase. Mothers, unable to care for their children, would bring them to the apostle, who would accept them into his home. Private conversation with Apostle. In a private conversation, Apostle Chinua expressed his desire to enter into a relationship with Lovett. He used parables to convey his message, eventually clarifying that he was seeking a sexual relationship. Lovett's dilemma. Lovett was taken aback by the apostle's proposition. When she inquired about the consequences of refusing, the apostle responded that she couldn't say no and implied threats if she decided to leave his house. Apostle's justification. The apostle justified his request by stating that he was a man with flesh and blood and couldn't go outside due to his status. He mentioned that many ladies were after him, but he was bringing himself down to ask Lovett for this relationship. Lovett's reaction. Disturbed by the conversation, Lovett tried to avoid the apostle. The next day at church, she was preoccupied with the apostle's words, and they kept echoing in her mind. Chinedu's persistence. Despite Lovett's reservations, Chinedu Wiki remained persistent in his desire to marry her. Lovett had multiple conversations with him, expressing her reluctance and the reasons behind it. Apostle Chinye's involvement. The apostle continued to be deeply involved in Lovett's life. While he was supportive of the wedding preparations, he continued to demand intimacy from Lovett, even amidst the wedding plans. Meeting Chinedu's family. Lovett met Chinedu's mother when she visited. The meeting was brief, and Lovett left shortly after greeting her. Lovett's dilemma. Lovett felt trapped in the situation. She was under pressure from Apostle Chinye to proceed with the marriage to Chinedu. She expressed to Chinedu that if she went ahead with the marriage, it would be to please the apostle, not out of love or desire. Wedding preparations. Despite her reservations, wedding preparations continued. The wedding date was set for July 20, 2019. Apostle Chinye took care of the expenses and was actively involved in the planning. Lovett's relationship with Chinedu. Lovett clarified that she had never been intimate with Chinedu before their marriage. Their interactions were limited, and she had only visited him once when his mother was around. Apostle Chinye's continued advances. Even as the wedding date approached, Apostle Chinye did not cease his advances towards Lovett. He continued to demand intimacy, disregarding her feelings and the impending wedding. Chinedu's reaction to pregnancy. After Lovett experienced abdominal pain and passed out, she was taken to the hospital. The doctor confirmed to Chinedu that Lovett was 7 weeks pregnant, which shocked him since they had only been married for a few weeks. Apostle Chinye's involvement. When Chinedu expressed his concerns to a medical woman about Lovett's pregnancy, she informed Apostle Chinye. The apostle reprimanded Chinedu for sharing their problems and advised him to only report issues directly to him. Another pregnancy. 3 months into Lovett's pregnancy, another woman became pregnant for Apostle Chinye. This woman is currently in Lagos and has given birth to the child. Apostle's accusations. Apostle Chinye accused Lovett of having an affair with her ex-boyfriend while she was in his house. He claimed that he wasn't responsible for the pregnancy and warned Lovett against trying to pin another man's child on him. He vehemently denied being responsible for her pregnancy. A generous gesture. Lovett, to her surprise, received a sum of 100,000 naira from Apostle Chinedu. Alongside the monetary transfer was a cryptic WhatsApp message from the apostle indicating that the money was intended for an abortion. But she refused to have an abortion. The struggle for truth and justice. The child was born and Lovett found herself trapped in a web of accusations, societal judgments, and the complexities of her relationships with both Chinedu and Apostle Chinye. The story became a topic of discussion in the community, with many speculating about the true father of Lovett's child. Lovett's husband was conveniently sent to Dubai by the apostle, leaving her alone and vulnerable. Promises and delays. Apostle Chinedu, perhaps sensing the gravity of the situation, promised a DNA test for the child. However, he continuously delayed the process. He tried to placate Lovett with offers of money to set up a business, but she sought a more substantial amount to ensure a stable future. The wife's discovery. As the days passed, the apostle's wife stumbled upon the truth. She reached out to Lovett, seeking clarity. In a poignant moment, the two women connected over a video call, with the wife taking screenshots of the child as evidence. Legal tangles and frustrations. Lovett's interactions with the apostle's lawyer, barrister Mrs. De Kubo, added another layer of complexity to the story. The lawyer, seemingly frustrated with the apostle's actions, became a pivotal character in the unfolding drama. The DNA test. The church board, after being informed of the situation, took it upon themselves to organize a DNA test to ascertain the paternity of Lovett's child. The test was conducted at the renowned Blueprint DNA Center in Accra, Ghana. Lovett and her son went first, followed by another woman named Joy and her child. The results were eagerly awaited, with the weight of the truth hanging in the balance. A shocking revelation. The DNA results, when finally revealed, confirmed Apostle Chibuzor as the father of Lovett's child. This revelation sent shockwaves through the community, with many struggling to reconcile the revered apostle's public persona with his private actions. The church board's offer. In a bid to contain the situation and perhaps protect the church's reputation, the church board made an unexpected offer to Lovett. They proposed a sum of 5 million naira for her to live with her child and never return. This offer, while substantial, was seen by Lovett as insufficient for her child's upbringing and her future. The binding document. As discussions progressed, Lovett was presented with a document to sign. This document, however, painted a misleading picture, suggesting that Lovett had an affair with a third party, not the apostle. Lovett, recognizing the gravity of the misrepresentation, refused to sign and declined the money. Mediation and promises. Dr. Charles, a mediator, attempted to bridge the gap between the parties. He organized a conference call between Lovett and Apostle Chibuzor. In this call, the apostle agreed to a monthly payment of 200,000 naira for the child's upkeep. However, these payments were inconsistent, further straining the relationship. The power of social media. As word spread, the story gained traction on social media. Many rallied behind Lovett, while others questioned her motives. Some close to the apostle even reached out to Lovett, offering money in exchange for her retracting her statements. The story is developing and we are following it.
Thanks for watching. Please don't forget to subscribe, like, comment, and share.